It is December.
That's an off mic FaceTime right there. That's what that is.
It is. No, I'm saying it's exactly. Music is starting. It's like the year in music is coming to an end, guys.
It is. And we got Spotify Wrapped, right? I know you guys were excited about that. And Apple Music, whatever Apple Music gives you.
Whatever Apple Music calls it. It's called Apple Music Replay. It's called Apple Music Replay. So
I mean, I just don't know why Apple isn't doing, like, they saw what last year was. I thought there would be
it's a bloodbath every year, and then they don't change anything.
The thing is, they have all the things Spotify has. They definitely have those statistics somehow. They have those statistics. They just don't want to do it for some reason. But yeah, it's the end of the year. Huh?
Is yours in here too?
No, it's not in there. Oh, I thought I was gonna just share it off my thing. Want me to show it right now?
I mean, sure. I mean,
should I send it or should I just say it?
Are we doing this in the intro? Just say it.
I'll just say it. Okay.
Because our intro is like long now.
For the record, guys, honestly, like, Apple Music got this totally wrong because none of these albums, like, some of them I haven't listened to in forever, but I'm confused. But okay, my top songs right now are Free Fall by Keyshia, Rehab by Brent Faiyaz, 10% by Keyshia, Lost Kids Get Money by Brent Faiyaz, and Swish by Flea, and Stupid X Cool featuring Brent Faiyaz. My top albums as that too are Bubba by Keyshia, F the World. It has Positions on there, which I'm confused, but whatever. Knowledge 1988 and Good News by Megan Thee Stallion. I don't know how that happened.
Well, does Apple, do they do it the last? Well, actually, I'm not. You listen to a lot of music, and I know Good News. At least when we reviewed it, you listened to it a couple times. Maybe that.
Yeah, so maybe it's the most recent. Yeah, maybe, I don't know, maybe. So
it doesn't seem like reflective though.
Well, it's not reflect exactly. It doesn't seem like it's all encompassing of the whole year, so I'm confused. So yeah, and my top artists, I'll do the top three: is Keyshia, Brent Faiyaz, and Knowledge. Actually, Brent Faiyaz first, Keyshia second, and Knowledge third. So yeah, that's it.
Avery, I know you're eager to share.
Dude, I have mine down here.
Okay. Yeah, look at Spotify. See, mine's just not as sexy, honestly.
My top 5 artists were Drake, Jay-Z, Phoebe Bridgers, Kanye, and The Weeknd. I'm not really sure how Kanye got in there. I'm not disputing that I listened to a lot of Kanye. I just felt like Brent Faiyaz might have like snuck in there somewhere, or like Smino, or like, I don't even know. Someone else.
You do like Smino a lot.
I do love Smino. And I don't know. I just figured The Weeknd might be like 4 and someone else might be 5, but you know, I'm not going to argue with the data. And then my top songs were After Hours, Kyoto, Savior Complex, Time Flies, and Life is Good.
That is perfect, because all those songs I've heard. Avery's like, man, I listen to those songs all the time.
All the time. So
yeah.
I did.
Yes. Oh, go ahead.
No, go on. No, I don't want to interrupt.
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it's getting the time of the year when a lot of publications are putting out their end of the year top albums list. Actually, a lot of them actually put it out. Rolling Stone, Complex, Consequence of Sound, Pitchfork, Time. Who else did one, Avery? New York Times did one. New York Times did one. Uprocks.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody.
Guardian,
so
everyone.
Guardian. Oh, Guardian sucks. I'm not gonna lie. That was there. There's
some bad ones.
There was some bad ones. There was some bad lists. Some of them like, oh, that's cool, but NPR had a cool one.
There was, and maybe another episode eventually can be reviewing all the other publications. Didn't we do something like that? That's been a thing we've done where we reviewed other publications.
I like that idea though. Maybe after
like that.
After
like January or that first time back. Something like that.
Yeah, and for the sake of time, I'll move on. But stay tuned for my top Spotify Wrapped at the end of the podcast. Deep tease. I know my co-anchors are just so eager for me to share.
Is he doing it?
But we welcome to the 97 Demo Podcast, where we give you the latest in music news, and a whole bunch along the way. I am Nnamdi Agwanwu at Twitter at Namagwan.
Hey guys, I'm Noah McGee at Noah A McGee _ on Twitter.
I'm Avery Dalal at Avery Dalal.
Avery Dalal.
Dang, I said I was going to start recording this, and I mean, like, for the sake of the timing thing, and I forgot, so we're going to start that now. But yeah, y'all, last week I feel was a really dope episode. Shout out to Sydney Walton at Noel Walton on Twitter for coming on and being our only second guest host.
Noel with the L. Yeah.
7 Demo history.
We're gonna start doing more of those next.
You stay tuned.
he just came on for a little thing. So we want to do like people for the whole episodes though, so they can kind of break it down with us.
I think co-hosts and interviews are two things you can expect to see more of in 2021 because I think
we're leveling up.
We're leveling up, so stay tuned. But let's get into these headlines since our intro was like, we're only at like 10 minutes already, and these episodes have been so long lately. So
cut it down. It's fine.
Yeah, we're
wait, okay, but really funny, not funny, I guess, like, well, funny for some reasons. We'll get into it though. Noah, do you want to walk us through this one?
Yeah, because honestly, Avery's the one who sent this in Twitter, but I did a lot of reading and watched a lot of videos about Chance the Rapper and this situation with his ex-manager. So his ex-manager, his name is Pat Corcoran. I'm gonna say Pat the Manager. That's what they call him, Pat the Manager, like Chance the Rapper. Basically, this guy's been Chance's manager since day one, since he released his first album, 10 Day, I believe in 2012. I'm not exactly sure on the date, but he released 10 Day. That's when he was first his manager, and he's been his manager ever since. And this past April, he fired him. He fired his manager from day one. He fired him. Basically, Chance blamed him for the poor reception for Big Day, Chance's debut album, July 2019. And now basically Pat the Manager, obviously Avery scrolling down the story in Pitchfork, but basically the manager is suing him, I believe, for $3.5 million, or is it 2.5? Millions of dollars. It's millions of dollars. He's selling it for millions of dollars.
Yeah, I think it's over $3 million.
It's over $3 million, basically for reimbursement and stuff that Pat the Manager feels like he's owed in terms of percentages from, he was on Rhythm and Flow. He's done shows, other appearances, stuff like that. Go ahead, Nnamdi.
No, yeah, I was just gonna pick up where you're putting down. I feel like one, you should get into a couple big things here. So Pat the Manager, like Noah mentioned, was managing Chance from day one. And they apparently had a verbal agreement where Pat was supposed to receive 15% from everything, like touring, commercials, like licensing, and then like whatever performance commissions on, like his Chance's Netflix show he was on, Rhythm and Flow, and things like that.
Because he's independent.
And basically, like Noah mentioned, after the like 3 successful mixtapes, Chance, if you remember, announced the Big Day in I think February 2019 and said it was coming out in July, but hadn't started working on the album when that happened. And as Pat describes it, had a very lackadaisical attitude while in the studio, and would do things like just try to freestyle on a beat instead of actually writing, and invite people in to this sort of party instead of like writing and recording the song. Because anyone who is tried to create music, a lot of them will tell you it's a lot of work, and to make really good quality music, it takes a lot of effort. And
this is what Pat the Manager's representation said about the recording Chance the Rapper did of Big Day. Compounding the issue, Bennett's recording efforts were compromised by unproductive and undisciplined studio sessions, procrastination, lackadaisical effort, perpetuated by various hangers on uninterested in hard work of writing and recording, resulting in freestyle-driven product of subpar quality, a complete deviation from the meticulous writing process that brought Bennett fame for his wordplay and wit, which is strong words coming, basically saying he didn't really put a lot of work on the album. Like here, it's disappointing because I didn't like Big Day. It didn't get received well, and Nnamdi definitely said like the album wasn't as bad. It's like because people were really going bad on it. I get that, but like you can definitely hear that like he didn't really put a lot of thought into it. He didn't really like try. It seemed like
it makes sense for the way the album ultimately sounded, because the one thing Pat says is what he ended up doing, because he ended up seeing he had 4 months to make an album and wasn't putting in a lot of effort. He just freestyled. And Pat brings up the fact that Chance had a lot of commitments during that 4-month period, including his marriage, and including that big thing. Which the album's about. But I mean, it makes sense because you listen to the Big Day and knowing that he was freestyling over a beat for a lot of the songs, explains Hot Shower to me. Like that, I understand where that came from now because of this. But anyway, Chance fired Pat and hired his brothers, and his brother and his father.
Yeah.
Who Pat refers to as this yes man, basically.
Yes.
And now he's trying to get reimbursed for his money. The problem here is it was a verbal agreement. There's no actual contract, so we'll see how that plays out in court. But
do you think they'll end up settling?
I don't know. I mean, let's see. Chance basically told Pitchfork, Mr. Corcoran,
Just say Pat the manager. Just say Pat the manager.
Mr. Gord has filed a suit for allegedly unpaid commissions. In fact, Mr. Corcoran has been paid all of the commissions to which he's legally entitled. Most of the complaint consists of self-serving and fabricated allegations that are wholly unrelated to Mr. Corcoran's claim for commissions and were plainly included in a calculated attempt to seek attention. So they're basically saying you got the money you deserved and stop asking for more.
Oh, something else we also didn't mention was there was going to be a tour for Big Day, and because of it's quoted historically low ticket sales, it was ultimately postponed and then ultimately canceled, which is also.
I had tickets to that tour.
Yeah. So.
But wasn't it? Did the pandemic play a part in that? Because
that was last year. Was that last year? Or this year?
Was it? Was it? Okay, it was last year.
I think so. It got canceled. I remember it got canceled for like no reason.
Yeah. Well, there
you
go.
What he said. I remember. Okay, so he put out this statement and he says because he wanted to like focus on his family and all that.
He lying because nobody was going.
I do.
That was the
Avery.
reason.
You were the only person that was going to be there, Avery. It was going to be just you. It was going to be Avery.
And I feel like it was an arena. Where was the ticket? Did it have a venue on it, Avery?
I had it. Yeah, it was in an arena.
It was an arena tour. Those are hard.
That's
to
hard
fill,
to sell out.
When you have an album that isn't maybe at the standard you wanted it to be. So I mean, we'll be paying attention to this and seeing what happens. But I feel like that does explain what Big Day was.
Yeah, I always wondered how like after 3 like solid to great efforts on like mixtapes, this came out. Like
it kind of explains because remember Chance had this trajectory of like he was going to be the biggest in the rap game.
Yeah.
But then like I think he overestimated how popular and how good he was. Like he was like it's hard to sell. Like I know he did historically low ticket sales, but you know how hard it is to sell an arena. Kendrick didn't do an arena until Damn. Like it's hard. Mm-hmm. Like not anybody can just say, "Hey, I'm gonna do an arena tour."
Exactly.
So. Yeah, that reminds me of this is so different, but it reminds me of when Iggy Azalea planned an arena tour and it didn't sell, so they downgraded it to a theater tour, then canceled it. So
I mean, just do a theater tour, get your money, pack.
Second story, we got another Verzuz, Ashanti versus Keyshia Cole, which I don't think is fair. We can get into that lately, but Keyshia Cole teased this first on her Instagram page, and Ashanti recently confirmed that they're going to be the next Verzuz matchup. 2 R&B stars in their own right, but again, I don't feel like this is an equal pairing. I saw this and my head scratched.
What I've been hearing on Twitter, people been saying Keyshia Cole gonna wash Ashanti. That's what they saying.
See, and that's so crazy to me because I feel like, at least to me personally, and my circle
which
has been saying is it feels like Ashanti, if she can include her features, and especially if she can include some of the songs she wrote, because some of these verses have allowed them to include that.
Yeah,
that's like that's all of your early 2000s hits. Like
that's true. They thought Ashanti was gonna be the next Beyonce. Not everybody said that, but like they thought she was gonna be up there. Essentially,
I remember a story of someone sharing like Beyonce was like rushed out of the way in like 2002 because Ashanti was coming in. Like it's just crazy how that dynamic changes. Have they given this a date? I feel like they probably have, right? But I don't feel like I've seen that.
I don't see a date.
You have a graphic for it too. I don't think.
Okay, December 12th. So it's Saturday, December 12th at 8 p.m.
That's next
I'm
week.
Definitely going to be watching because I think that's going to be wildly interesting and entertaining. But
they're fun.
Like, they both have hits. Honestly, maybe Keyshia Cole will come in because they have to get to 20. And I honestly don't think if it was just solo hits that, Ashanti has 20.
I agree. I think that's why people are saying Keyshia Cole. And Keyshia Cole still puts out music. I don't think Ashanti has been as active as Keyshia Cole in the last 10 years, I would say.
Have they included features in like past verses?
They have. They always include features,
and
even
features
sometimes if the artist is like a prominent songwriter, they'll include like songs you've written too. So okay. If they do that, like can Ashanti bring in the J-Lo songs?
Oh,
fair question, right? Perhaps,
possibly. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah. So we'll check in for that.
On to like sadder news in music. Teyana Taylor basically said she's retiring from music, and I blame the Grammys for this wholeheartedly. But the reason being is that she feels she's been putting in a ton of effort but has consistently been overlooked and undermined, and she said on Twitter that she feels like that she never gets put a real push from the machine, which she's referring to label. She signed to Good Music, so go ahead and make of that what you will. But basically saying that I don't think she's saying what's the point, but I think it's what's the point of putting in this effort, time, and money to consistently feel like I'm not getting the praise I deserve. I listened to the album by Teyana Taylor. I thought it was a really, really good one. But I want to point out that all she said is, I'm retiring this chapter of my story.
Yeah.
That's not saying I'm retiring from music. I did want to point that out. We don't know what that necessarily means. She
could be getting divorced. What's she getting divorced? Iman Shumpert. Shout out to Iman Shumpert.
Knock on wood.
I'm playing. I like Iman Shumpert. champion.
Yeah, but I mean, I think I forgot to include Cardi B's response, but Cardi B tweeted at her and said, like, "You're out. Anyone who knows me knows Teyana Taylor's album is one of my favorites, and I hate that she doesn't feel that, because like she's great. Like, please don't stop making music." And I think a lot of people feel that way. But I'm sure it's difficult to be an artist and feel like you're never getting the appreciation and attention you deserve.
Yeah, Teyana Taylor, and this is other good music artists too, but especially Teyana Taylor, feel like she's been mismanaged by good music.
Mhm.
Her last album, remember the 2 years? Was that 2 years ago?
Yeah, the
Or was
Kanye
that-
produced one.
That
when
Kanye apparently
when they did the when they like 8 songs, she really didn't like that. She felt like, wow, it's been a minute. I feel like I should come out with a long album, you know. And the track and the project was just 8 songs, I believe, actually.
Yep.
And it was actually good. It was actually pretty good. But I don't think she was feeling that because you know when you've been when you're an artist and you've been gone for a long time, you want to come back with a lot of music, which is why this one is 25 tracks actually. Because she's just like, I'm gonna release
Was it
as much.
actually 25 tracks?
It's 25 tracks, and then it has like
Is it?
music videos for some of them. Yeah, bro, I'm pretty sure it's that long. It's
Dang,
actually
that's, like super.
He's
didn't
someone
realize-
I always
just
felt was
listened to
like
it. I didn't
the
know it was
verge,
that long.
like breaking out.
it's 23 tracks.
Which
23
is like
tracks.
Avery. I think to your point, that's
Like,
part of. I
always,
think
like,
the
right
problem here,
there.
because she's been out. She was on My Sweet 16. Like I remember that episode when Teyana Taylor was there. She's been out for a very long time.
She's been around for forever, and bro, she can dance. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's cut for some reason. She's just super cut. She said,
We
"Yeah,
all
I'm gonna
remember
work
that.
out."
We all remember that music video.
We all remember that
That's
Kanye
a
music video.
yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we remember that music video. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, I
but
always
she's-
felt like she was like right there, and it felt like it never happened for her.
She has all the talent, but she did post this saying she's appreciative of all the people. This is her Spotify rap. She posted that saying, "I'm appreciative for everybody who did listen," all that stuff. So, if she retiring, she never said the word retire, but I think that's what people are.
Well, she
assuming,
said the
but-
word
Right, yeah.
retire. She just didn't say I'm
Oh,
retiring.
right, from music. Yeah, she said, I'm retiring this chapter of my life. So,
So let's hear the hoping that by chapter of my life, she didn't mean music career.
Maybe she become an
her
actress.
deal with good music.
maybe
Maybe
yeah.
that's what she's retiring. So
Yeah,
I
maybe
mean,
she's going independent. Yeah, that's true.
There's hope, but either way, keep on streaming the album by Teyana Taylor because it's a good one, and we're gonna talk about it later.
It's called The Album too, guys. For people listening, it's not. It's called Teyana Taylor The Album. That's her album.
Yeah, and this is so this is another disappointing music story. Saweetie this time saying she was upset that her label prematurely released her collaboration with Doja Cat, Best Friends, I believe is the name of it.
Best friend.
Basically saying that she had put a lot of effort into like a nice big music video and had a big rollout in mind. And well, I want to specify what the label did, Warner Records, is they sent the song to journalists with the release date, which I guess is typically what they'll do to kind of start getting promotion and press and all that sort of things. And she was upset. She said it just wasn't ready. And for you guys to sort of just completely disregard the effort I put into it and what I wanted, it's mad. And she said they released the wrong version at that. So I think I could see stuff like this happening more, these label artist conflicts or disputes. I always think it's kind of cool when artists kind of let us in to that side, because I mean, that's annoying. I'm sure it's frustrating to put effort into creating something and not having your label sort of just commandeer it and push it out regardless of how you feel.
You signed to Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah,
You say my
Warner
label,
Brother
Warner
Records,
Brothers. Yeah. Yeah. Nnamdi's right. It's just normal for a label to send out an album when they're going on a press tour or a press run to like radio stations, journalists and what that. So, but I guess she's like, it just wasn't ready and they sent the wrong version. I could see the frustration in that. And that's kind of the thing between the label and the artist. Like the label's ready for it to come out, but the artist wants, and creatively they want it to come out a certain way. So I can see the frustration Saweetie has.
I think it's worth noting it's not on any streaming services yet. So maybe someone talked to the label and said, "Hey, backtrack. What are you doing?" But December 4th is the release date they gave us, which is not yesterday.
It's yesterday. So
I'm assuming maybe they got the memo and backtracked a little bit.
Yep. So.
Okay, so I mean, those are our headlines. There were much more, but we're gonna get to
Concise.
some of the big ones later. New releases, you guys. There wasn't as much new music as last week, but we still got a couple new albums. Amine, I'm sorry, Rico Nasty, Shawn Mendes. The Weeknd put out a remix of Blinding Lights, which I feel about. But what
Yeah.
What did you guys listen to? What did you like?
Well, Avery listened to that Rico Nasty Nightmare Vacation, which is I think that's the is that the best release of this past weekend, Avery?
I wouldn't. Well,
Unless
The
you're a
best
big
release?
Shawn Mendes fan. He had a big like rollout. He had like a whole like Netflix movie and everything.
Oh, wow.
that was part of an album rollout, wasn't it?
Interesting.
It all comes
I didn't
together.
listen to it, but I don't know.
I remember this is random, but I remember when Shawn Mendes was on Vine back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know why I know that, but
we're that
on
old.
Vine. We're that
That's
old. Yeah.
That's how he got famous.
Yeah, that's how I got famous. But yeah, I'm excited to listen to this Rico Nasty album. That song that she put out, "Oh For Real," was a banger. I want to fight somebody.
Wait,
Yeah.
okay, so I thought I read this Amine thing wrong because I was like, maybe Limbo's the artist. This came out. Hasn't Limbo been out?
No, it's out. It's out. It's the deluxe he released.
Oh, a deluxe. Okay. Gotcha. And it was flipped. So hold on.
Yeah, we got confused. here. Somebody messed it up. Yeah, Amine released the deluxe version of his Limbo album, which is actually good. I listened to deluxe too. It's more songs, obviously. Same album, new songs. It's good. I liked his religion album. It was good. It was solid. I really enjoyed it. But yeah. Avery was really excited about this Weekend Rosalia
I'm a big
remix.
Rosalia
When you saw the picture,
yeah,
and now that we've all got a chance to listen to it, how do you guys feel about it?
It's fine.
I feel like I listened to it and something sounded off right upon first listen. I was trying to figure out what it was. She's the first verse on the song, and I don't know if that was, in my opinion, a great move, because I feel like when you're so used to hearing The Weeknd and her voice is so much higher and a different inflection, it's kind of jarring. But honestly, I like after that, I like their chorus and their harmonies a lot.
Yeah, they sounded good together.
Honestly, I'm tired. Weeknd is putting too many remixes out of his songs to the album. I think he needs to chill. I think
remix. Hey, if the Grammys are gonna give me attention, I'm gonna get money via streaming. Okay?
Oh yeah, sure, but I think he's getting enough streaming already from this song. I think the remixes are cool, but I think the Blinding Lights is good enough on its own. He don't have to do a remix for it to get.
Yeah, and it kind of felt over late, right? Blinding Lights came out almost 9 months ago.
But he's exactly
over a year ago.
Yeah, over a year ago. Yeah, exactly. And
no.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. Yes, it's been a year. He posted on his Instagram. He put it out in November last year.
Did that performance on top of a roof.
Yep, exactly. So he put it out a year ago. So, but he's released a lot of remixes of other songs, like a lot. He's got like 6 remixes out of other songs from his album.
What's the best remix he's had so far? I like the Kenny G one.
Kenny G probably.
Oh, I like that too. I liked In Your Eyes. The remix Kenny G.
In Your Eyes was good too. See, they're good. It's just like it feels like a little too much. So,
yeah, because he did that one with Doja Cat too, which I also feel
that was cool too. That was cool too.
Another reason though.
Yeah.
You guys, we talked about Chance the Rapper. I listened to Are You Live, and I feel like I could see it being on Big Day. It makes sense. For one, I will say Are You Live, I did like it for like what I think it was supposed to be. More like
it's like a house party.
House
party. Was it with Jeremiah, or am I thinking of something else?
No, it was.
Jeremiah's got the hospital too. Shout out to Jeremiah.
Yeah, shout out to Jeremiah, he beat COVID, overcome COVID. Shout out to him. But it sounded like just a freestyle because some of the bars were off.
I mean, that's not surprising. That's what Chance is now.
Apparently, that's what he does.
That's what he does now. Apparently, that's what he does. Another one I listened to, guys. This is my last one. Lil Baby's birthday was the other day. I saw on Instagram. James Harden gave him a Prada bag, $100,000 and honey buns, and a Richard Millie.
It's
so
like combined like $700,000.
Yeah, just present. So that was pretty cool. But yeah. So he released 2 songs, On Me and Everybody. Lil Baby is killing it this year. He has the highest selling album this year by the numbers this year so far. So I wonder who's gonna end up winning by the end of the year. I think it's gonna be Lil Baby. He's killing it right now.
Wait, winning what by the end of the year?
I'm talking about the best-selling album. He's number 1 right now in terms of like the whole year.
Yeah,
right now.
And it's like there's so many different definitions of best-selling that it's honest. There's gonna be like 3 different people. Because I remember who was I talking to about how Harry Styles was like number 1 on Billboard?
You were talking to me about that.
And I think it may be Pure. I think they may be doing Pure sales, but even that, I would feel The Weeknd would be ahead. So I'm still confused at that. But
I'm interested. So we'll see.
I listened to Lento, Mr. Easy, J Balvin. You know, I told you I'm gonna start highlighting my Nigerian artists a little bit more. That was just a great collab. Those two. They were Nigeria and Latin America.
Yeah.
You know. Okay, because I realized I don't know where he's from. Latin America just like made a hit, and I'm a really big fan of it. I also listened to this song "Another Year" by Phineas, which
how was that?
It's a holiday song. It sounds really pretty.
Okay.
It's pretty.
I feel like that's every Phineas song.
That's good enough for me.
I know he's good.
Good. He's good enough for me. I mean, he's a production. Like, I'm not saying his vocals are incredible. Like, he's not an incredible singer. I think you guys would agree. He's not like an incredible singer. Like, he's not as good a singer as Billie Eilish, but he's a great producer and he's a great songwriter. So
wait, Phineas?
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a bad singer. I'm just saying he's not an incredible, like his vocals don't blow you away or anything like that. That's what I was saying. You think his vocals blow you away? His wait, say,
I think you saying he's not as good of a singer as Billy is, where I'm like,
wait, you think
we can save that for another episode.
You think Phineas is a better singer than Billie Eilish?
I think Phineas has a very beautiful voice, and I think he can sing.
He's a good voice.
And
okay, I didn't say he had a bad voice.
I think Billie Eilish has a falsetto that Phineas obviously can't get to because he has a deep voice, but I'm not gonna say who's the better singer of the two.
Okay, I said Phineas is a really talented songwriter and producer, which is what makes his music even greater. I'm not saying his voice is bad, but that's another argument. But yeah.
Okay, so charts rundown, which I want to change the name of, but I forgot to tell you guys this week. You'll see next week. I want to change the name to.
He doesn't tell us anything, guys. He doesn't tell us anything.
Honestly, I made us change it while Avery clicks on the new thing. But Billboard 200, BTS came in at number 1. Y'all, this is a big achievement, and we don't often talk about BTS. And I figured it's time for us to maybe give them the props that I think they deserve, perhaps.
Avery Dalal.
We're just having a little bit of technical difficulty.
Keep going.
Audio is.
Okay, well, don't worry, I got this from memorized. So BTS, their album B debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200. This is their 5th album to debut at number 1 in the US. That's noteworthy for 2 reasons. One, a majority of these came in, like, I want to say 3 years ago they released the bulk of this. And 2, it is extremely hard for any music act, if you think about the amount of musicians that exist, to get a number 1 album. The fact that BTS was able to do it 5 times, especially considering they're a foreign act, which also foreign acts typically don't get as much radio airplay, and that a lot of that goes into Billboard placements. That's very, very noteworthy, and I think it's really cool. They're now, I believe, the best South Korea selling act. They have the best-selling album of any South Korean artist in history, and I think that is just sort of insane to think about. So, Avery, get this. They took the record for the fastest group, I want to say, to collect 5 number 1 albums in the shortest span of time. Can you guess who they took that record from?
The Beatles.
Oh yeah, the Beatles. I wanted you to say. I wanted you to stumble.
I figured the Beatles have like every Billboard record out there right now. They're kind of like, I don't know. I feel like they're like the trendsetters, the pacemakers. But that's insane. That's absolutely crazy.
Yeah, they sold 242,000 first week, which is really solid, especially considering their overseas group. Huh?
On like me thinking about this for 5 seconds now, they have a very like Beatles-esque kind of like following. Like I feel like
they
heard about the Beatles, like them being chased from the bus to the theater. I can imagine the Ed Sullivan Theater's famous because the Beatles, that was their first American performance. I imagine there's something similar, like in like 30 years or 40 years, people are gonna be like, oh, this is where BTS's first performance was, and this is where.
Well, I don't know. That's a lot.
Well,
like,
no,
you think so?
You're
right. That's true.
I retweet Avery only because when you look at what they're actually achieving, that we are kind of insulated from because we're in America, right? I want to emphasize we're late to the BTS party. Everywhere else in the world has sort of been on, and they've been like breaking records everywhere else, and are just getting to the US. So at Avery's point, I think that could be true. But good news, Meg Thee Stallion debuted at number 2. I believe it sold. Was it 92,000?
Yeah, I think it was 92,000.
Positions came in at number 3. Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon at number 4, and then Pluto, Baby Pluto dropped to number 5.
Pluto.
I don't want to skip over this because we talked about it all last week. Is anyone surprised by good news getting ousted?
Actually, it's 100,000. Actually, 100,000. So just
100,000.
100,000 actually specifically. But am I surprised? No.
Not really.
It's still the best selling of any of her previous projects. I mean, that's still a worthwhile achievement.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's her first album, so like good for her. Number 2 on the charts.
We don't got nothing else to say on that.
I mean, everything we have to say about it. If you want to hear more, just scroll on down to our that's our last week's episode.
All our grievances with that album are.
I would give it a 3.
3.5.
Out of 10, in case you're not 5, 10.
Noah loved it. Noah just really had a great time.
Honestly, yeah, whatever. Yeah, keep going.
Okay, over on the Hot 100, actually a lot of cool changes. BTS also debuted at number 1 on that chart as well. Life Goes On. Number 2, Mood 24K Golden. Number 3, Dynamite by BTS. They have 2 songs within the top 5. Number 4 positions, and number 5, I Hope. Meg Thee Stallion, in case you're wondering, was able to debut Body at number 12, and I believe Cry Baby is the only other song from the album that charted, and that's somewhere in like.
Wait, Body's only at number 12?
Only number 12. Yeah,
He
exactly.
debuted at number 12.
Wow.
Mind you, the press that had was a star-studded music video and a live show performance.
And
TikTok trend.
And viral.
But
yeah,
you know,
viral.
because it's a TikTok trend, you may see it go up still. You know, it may not fall from this because we've seen that happen with a lot of big TikTok songs.
My computer's having a rough day.
It's okay, Avery. Yeah, honestly, it's not, and also the fact that like some of the best songs on the album that we enjoyed the most didn't chart either is kind of sucks too. Cause like, Circles, that should be it. That I could see that being like a R&B. I could see that being on an R&B chart, honestly, because the sample. I wouldn't be surprised that Billboard ends up putting that on the R&B chart.
Shots Fired isn't anywhere.
No, Circles is going to be on. I think that's going to be on well, Shots Fired actually may be on here. I think that's another song that may be in the lower 90s, 100s. Oh, I can tell you right now, actually.
I wish you would allow me.
Okay, so Shots Fired is 82. And then Cry Baby is 71.
Yeah. Don't Stop is 62. Cry Baby is
Savage re-entered. I think Savage re-entered the chart as well.
And Girls in the Hood too. Girls in the Hood is at 80.
So, you know, she had some representation there. But I believe only 3 new.
Oh, Circles is on there too. Circles is on there too at 94.
Oh, excuse me. So she's Megan Stallion is represented on here. So how many debuts is that? Is that 4 debuts from Good News?
I believe that's 4 or 5. So Circles, Do It on the Tip, Body, Don't Stop, Cry Baby. That's 7.
2 of those I think were already on there.
Yeah, maybe. So, yeah. So.
But that's still absolutely like a huge achievement. So I mean, There you go, Megan Stallion. Nice little debut she had. I wanted to also Spotify Rap. They gave us top 10 artists in 2020 and top 10 albums. Artists, not really surprising. I feel Bad Bunny, Drake, J Balvin, Juice WRLD, The Weeknd, BTS, Billie Eilish, Taylor Swift, Post Malone, Travis Scott. I feel like
it's based off the most streams on Spotify.
Yeah, this is just a Spotify chart.
I say Bad Bunny had like 4.3 billion and Drake had like 4.2.
Yeah,
pretty close.
It was very close. BTS being the best-selling group and Billie Eilish being the best-selling artist, despite not releasing any albums this year. But when we get to the album list,
female artists, right? Is that what you meant?
Yeah, I thought I said that.
Oh.
Best-selling female artist. Top 10 albums in 2020. I don't want to read all these.
Bad Bunny's Alphabet album.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's YHLQ MDLG, After Hours with The Weeknd, Hollywood Bleeding, Post Malone, Fine Line, Harry Styles, Future Nostalgia, Dua Lipa, Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon,
Pop Smoke,
Eilish, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go, which came out early last year.
Yeah.
Legends Never Die, Juice WRLD, Louis Capaldi, Divinely Uninspired to a Hellish Extent, and then Changes, Justin Bieber. The thing I like about these charts is I feel like they help you see that even in the US, if an artist may not be doing all that well, globally, you would have no clue.
Yeah.
So I think that's how you see Bad Bunny being number 1. That's how you see Louis Capaldi being number 9. That's how Dua Lipa, who has a big problem here, but is super big in the UK.
It's representative because even though I'm an Apple Music guy, Spotify has the most subscribers by a lot out of any streaming service. So I feel like Spotify is really representative of actually the whole music industry because I'm pretty sure Spotify by far because they're like they were like the first ones to do it in terms of the streaming thing. So yeah.
You guys, so now it's time. I'm very, very excited for this.
Yeah.
We've been talking about this for a while. So
can I introduce this, what we're doing for the month? Can I introduce it? I want to do it.
Okay, go ahead.
For the month, because it's December, guys. The year's wrapping up. So for the next 4 weeks, I guess you're going to say 4 weeks, I think it's the right thing. Yeah. We're doing 4 or 5 weeks. We're going to be highlighting albums from the year from each genre. So this week we're doing R&B. Next week we're probably going to do pop. The week after that we're going to do rock alternative. We're gonna do a rap one. Obviously.
Don't say in order because we may not commit to that order.
Yeah, we might not commit to that. Yeah, but we're gonna do those genres, and then we're gonna do obviously our end of the year list, our individual end of the year list with albums. So today on Saturday, December 5th, we'll be doing our R&B albums 2020 wrap up. So best R&B albums this year, guys. Let's get to it.
What are our caveats? So we're only doing albums, no EPs, no mixtapes. If an album is really good, it maybe falls into 2 categories. Example that you'll see us discuss today, After Hours, that could be pop and R&B. And then it will be discussed and it's in contention for both, unlike the Grammys. And you guys are seeing the live process here. There was not really any pre-planning here other than putting together a list of all the R&B albums that we listened to. Therefore, that would probably be in consideration. And you're going to hear the live debate. There is no pre-planning here. It's us fighting about what's going to make the 97 Demos top 5 best R&B albums.
Since we have audio listeners mostly, Let's make sure we give a shout out to all the artists we listed. Nnamdi, you want me or you want to just like
are we about to, you want us to read? Okay.
I mean, just because we don't want anybody, we want to make sure we shout out like at least every artist, even if we don't talk about the album. I could say it really quick. We have Brent Faiyaz, Chloe and Halle, Terrace Martin, the Dinner Party people. Weeknd, Jhené Aiko, Division, Teyana Taylor, Alicia Keys, Giveon.
I feel like maybe do the albums, right?
Oh, okay, that too. I mean, all these people release at least one album, so that's why I was like.
But I mean, okay, go ahead.
I think people recognize the artist more than the album. Victoria Monet, Thundercat, JoJo, Cash Page, Party Next Door, John Legend, Brandy, Liana La Havas, Xavier Omar, Bryson Tiller, Levon Cali, CeeLo Green, Luke James, Ty Dolla $ign, Alina Baraz, Justin Bieber, Ariana Grande.
And we just skipped Jessie Reyez, but also my girl Jessie Reyez is on this list too.
Oh, Jessie Reyez too. Yeah. So.
And I guess just every time we say an album, we'll then say the artist too, so audio listeners can make that connection.
Yeah.
And know what we're talking about. But you guys, I mean, how do we want to start? I mean, I think we should start by, if anything, all talking about what our personal ride or dies were, because I know we all have strong opinions. There's probably consensus on some few. Avery, you were about to say something. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like we should start with like consensus. I think, obviously we know each other very well. I think we know there's at least one or two on here that like all of us agree on.
Okay, can you say those, please, since you know it so well?
I think one of them is F the World by Brent Faiyaz.
Easily. Okay. Easily. That's easily.
Okay.
No, that's a number one. That's easy.
That might be our only one.
Cool.
Everything else I feel could probably be a fight for, because I love that. Okay, wait. Can I say Jaguar, Victoria Monet?
Yes. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
No.
Okay, so no. Brent Faiyaz is the only one we all agree on, right?
After Hours the Weekend?
Yeah. I think that's a better pop album.
Oh my God, this is gonna be a long episode. Okay. So you guys, again, there was no planning to this. I think we should just start. So we have only one album that is solidified in our list, F the World, Brent Faiyaz. Great album. I encourage you to listen. Short, like 8 songs.
10 songs. Come on, buddy.
10 songs, round up. Okay, I don't have it in front of me. But absolutely a great listen, and I think we all enjoyed it a lot.
Noah listens to it at the gym, apparently.
Because Noah be simping a lot even during workouts.
But he's my favorite artist right now.
Here's what I'll say. So I think we should just start discussing albums that we think should make, pick your picks and defend them. So I will say for me, albums I want to see in our top 5: Ungodly Hour, Chloe and Halle. We need to give them their respect. We need to give them that album, start to finish, is a great album. Variety. You got soul. You got standard R&B. You got a little bit of funk in it. I was a big fan of Ungodly Hour. I can name you 3 songs here that I think one should be represented. 2, I'll just get my 3 out. I have like 10, but I'll get you my 3.
Yeah.
2, you already know I want to see Jaguar, Victoria Monet on here. That album is a feeling. It's ethereal. I feel ethereal when I listen to that album.
Ethereal.
Supersonic, hissy cat, just like a jag. Like, come on.
Yeah, it's
come
good.
on.
It's good.
And here's the final one that I know is going to be my biggest fight. JoJo, get to know. And this one, look, all I'm going to say is this, because my co-hosts love to fight me on everything. JoJo, Get to Know, anyone who listened to it will attest, was probably one of the best R&B albums.
A lot of people said that. That's not a hot take. I think a lot of people love that album.
JoJo, for one, put some respect on her name, because the girl's been doing R&B since Get Out right now in 2003. Okay. And she's kind of stuck with it. And I think you can hear that. You can tell when you listen to her album that she's not doing the whole pop R&B thing. She's doing R&B. And boy, was this one a good one. So I'm going to say those are my 3 I want to fight on. You guys can tell me your 3, respond to whatever you want.
Yeah, Avery, give outside of obviously F the World by Brent Faiyaz, some of the other ones you want to fight for.
Wait, I have a quick question. Where do we fall on the Dinner Party remix? Because I like that better than the original.
Oh, and only one should make the cut. I'm voting remix.
I like the remix better.
I think
does that go into hip hop?
I think Dinner Party Remix is a hip hop album.
Okay.
Wait, just because they're rapping on it now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well maybe that does. Okay, well then if anything, let's leave Dinner Party here and then also consider it hip hop.
Yeah.
But are we saying? Sure. But to Avery's point, because I see what you're saying now, which do we like better? Because that's going to determine if it makes this list. Okay, what was the better Dinner Party?
No, okay, we'll talk. I'll go next since Avery.
Well, it's a natural conversation.
No, it's a natural conversation. I'll go next because that's one of the ones I feel like I'll be defending. Okay.
Ooh.
So, Oh, okay. So Dinner Party, the original, is one I'm defending. I'll be defending that one. Thundercat, it is what it is. I will be defending also. And one more I will be defending, even though I listened to it last night. I'm gonna defend Leanne La Havas. I don't give an F.
Yeah,
I just discovered her last night.
Wait. I just listened today and I'm with it.
Are we all we're all in favor?
Are we in agreement?
Wait, no, I don't.
No.
See,
Okay, let me make my case right now for Leon La Havas. Okay, I think a lot of these we kind of talk about in terms of, and with R&B too, the voice is the most important thing to me when I'm listening to R&B.
It's an incredible voice.
To me, I'm not saying she has the best, but to me, she has on this album, she has one of the top 3 best voices on this year on R&B. She had one of the best purely singing albums this year of R&B, which is why I think she'd be in the top 5.
So, Avery, did you do your 3?
No, I can go. Okay.
Yeah, go right now.
I'm with Ungodly Hour. I love that album. That's great.
Okay.
That's a great R&B album. I have Take Time by Giveon.
Ooh,
I was gonna say that, but I want to leave it for somebody else.
Love that. I was gonna say Leanne La Havas, but I don't think I need to because we're all in agreement.
Listen, you guys. I'm gonna be very transparent with the audience. I listened to that for the first time about 2 hours ago.
She's incredible.
And I proceeded to text the chat.
14.
How have you guys, this is amazing. Why have you guys not shared this? Like, you guys, it's a beautiful album.
Yeah, about 14 hours ago, first time I listened to it, but.
Well, yeah, so proposition. So that was our 3. I think what we should do, right, to get to our final 5, there are 29 albums on this list. I wish there was 30, but I want us to narrow it to 15.
Okay.
So maybe let's focus on what we would remove, right? What we can say are like, hey, good, but maybe doesn't meet.
Or just not good.
Yeah, let's just start from the bottom. Positions, Ariana Grande, good pop album. Now it has R&B in it, but not really a lot. So take that out, Avery, please. I'm sorry.
No, wait. I will argue for that. Now, what I think we can take out immediately is Changes by Justin Bieber. Because
okay.
I think Positions did a better attempt. There wasn't a yummy on
Alina Barras. Who put that down? Avery, was that me?
I mean, I just put it down because it's an R&B album that came out the year. I don't think it's one of the
Listen to it, didn't stick to it.
Yeah, take it out. Ty Dolla Sign.
Wait.
Oh my gosh.
Press Control Z twice.
Nnamdi. Oh my gosh.
We can do the strike through instead of I think that's better.
No, I like deleting. Strike through. Want to do strike through?
I think we should do strike through. Oh, is that not a thing on here?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, that may not be a thing on here.
Okay, delete it. Ty Dolla Sign, we reviewed that already.
Wait,
if you guys
still don't like this, still don't put it in red. Don't delete it.
Jesus.
Go on, Noah.
Okay. Featuring Ty Dolla Sign, we reviewed that, so that's out of contention. This Luke James album, it's actually nominated for a Grammy. I actually really enjoyed it a lot, but I can't see it making the top 5, so you can take that out too.
Okay. Nnamdi, are you opposed to that?
No.
Okay.
What about Jessie Reyes, Nnamdi? That's one you put on.
We don't have to do bottoms. We don't have to just read up because I'm fighting for Jessie Reyes. Is there any that stick out as you look at this list that you know would, I know CeeLo Green. He's not making my top 5 R&B.
Bryson Tiller is not making it, no matter what y'all think.
Anniversary is not making my. If this was maybe a couple years ago.
Keep Xavier Omar is not making it. Keep that there because I want to talk about that album too.
Okay.
Even though
it was good though.
It was good, but I think we should take it out. Party Next Door easily.
Yeah, that wasn't that great. I'm also gonna. Right? Well, no,
I like it.
That was your Houston gal. I'm not so.
Houston,
Dallas. Excuse me. That was. I thought you said she was from Houston though. Is she from Dallas?
Oh, why would Avery say she's from Houston?
Because that's still in Texas. No,
that's not how it works in Texas.
Avery don't rest Houston people. You're at Dallas. There's difference.
You don't like Beyonce? You're not claiming Beyonce?
I think it's fine. They're from Houston. I'm just not gonna be like, oh, they're from Houston. I have to listen. They're from Dallas.
Okay.
Texas needs to work
we
on
can take out Brandy and John Legend.
No,
John Legend.
You're not taking out Brandy. That was an amazing album. Are you kidding me? Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Brandy's album was really good.
I'm not here for really good. I'm here for amazing. Oh, I know one easily. Take out Division. Get that mediocre crap out of here. Get it out of here. Oh my, Avery, thank you. Oh.
So here's where it's gonna start.
I think we're good now. I think we're at a good place, not guys.
Well, no, I think we said 15, and we're not there. And I think we're good when we just feel like we have enough that we want to eliminate off this first round. I'm gonna also propose thoughts. This is gonna be unpopular. thoughts on? I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold on.
Say it, please say it. Just say it.
Because I don't know if I want to take out Kehlani yet, but I don't think she's
take it
making
out.
my
I want to
top
take it
five.
out. I want to take it
I
out.
didn't think it was that good. It was fine.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, that's fine. You thought he was gonna be mad about Kehlani?
Well, I just thought it was worth a little bit more conversation. Who is so Noah? I don't see they making our top five, but you want to highlight them, so I'm gonna let you. Talk about that.
Yeah. They had a really good album. Honestly, I'm not saying it's really an album full of radio bangers, which is really respectable. It's really good. Like if you were at a party and listen to R&B party music, they is perfect for that. So they have some really good songs on there. They're on a couple of our playlists, so we can take that out. But I just wanted to highlight that album, and I think we should also do that too for albums that we highlight, but we don't think are gonna make it. We can say, hey, we really like that album, but. Yeah.
Okay. So in that spirit, albums that we don't think are going to make it, but are very much so worth highlighting.
I highlight Levon and Cali too. That album is really good.
You just gonna cut.
Oh, my bad.
Dude, I was giving a whole setup to one of R&B's greatest.
Go ahead, do what you gotta do.
Can wait. There's a R&B songstress by the name of Brandy that's been doing the game for like what, 3 decades perhaps?
2.5 decades.
She came back with her 7th album. It's called B7, Brandy 7, and it was a really, really good song. But part of the reason the song that I love the most, I realized she left off the album. But there are still songs that I like, including Rather Be and Borderline, which she performed live, and performed on the Verzuz thing. And I am a big fan of Brandy, and I think that album deserves a little bit more attention. I thought it was going to be a lock for a Grammy nom, to be honest with you, and it wasn't. But I don't think it's going to make our top 5 because y'all don't feel the same, but still worth highlighting.
So I can take it out?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, we are getting down to it. Oh, my gosh. There's only now 16 albums in contention for our top 5, guys.
Talk about the album you want to talk about so we can take it out and get to 15, a nice, pretty number.
Levon Khalid, High Tide. He's from California. This album is a great R&B album if you're on the beach. It's a great for the beach. Like in the old R&B videos where they wear the silk white shirts and they on the beach with their shirt out and they singing. It's not that like deep, but it's like you walking with your girl, when it makes sandcastles. It's that kind of album. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. It's one of my. It's in my honorable mentions for R&B albums this year, but not gonna make it. So take it out.
Okay, so you got
Avery, you got any? Because Avery's like, all my albums good, so. Avery said all mine are good.
Avery's like, my taste is exquisite, so y'all. Yeah. Avery's like, I didn't write it down if I was messing with it. But okay, you guys. So now we're at our top 15. I think now the next goal should be to eliminate 5, get it to the top 10.
Yeah.
I feel like the fighting is probably gonna start here because I'm trying to look at 5 albums that I would easily remove.
I got one.
Right now, there is a Wolf Among Sheep in this album. There is a pop album.
Okay, then let me talk about positions. The reason why I said I didn't want to get rid of it immediately. This was inspired by me looking at I pasted the Grammy noms below so we could compare once we have our top 5. And from the look of this, it's probably going to be very off. But Grammy's way to determine if an album is considered R&B or pop is if at least 51% of the album is either derivative for progressive R&B or representative of R&B. And looking at positions, I think I could say there's a solid half that could be considered R&B between POV, Love Language, West Side, My Hair, Safety Net, Off the Table. If I want to say progressive R&B, perhaps I could say, I'm not going to say Motive, never mind.
So that's 6.
Nasty, I think I could call it. I think I could argue.
Nasty is not R&B.
I think I could argue that if not 51, a solid 49%.
Nnamdi, okay, let me end this argument right now, Nnamdi. Let me end this argument right now, okay? Yes, you can argue a 51% of the album is R&B, and just because 51% of the R&B, if there's R&B on that album, that doesn't mean 100% that 50% is good. Because there's a couple songs on there we have on the review that you guys said you were disappointed or did not like from that 51%.
I'm sorry, sir. I gave that album a 7. So there.
I gave it an 8. I gave it the highest score.
From your point, Mr. Ending Arguments, is that 50% of the album's bad.
You're talking about the album. No, I'm not saying that.
I hear what you're saying.
We're talking about R&B.
I hear you. I think a majority of the R&B songs on there are good. I think the R&B songs on that album are some of the best songs on the album. So that was the reason I was going to bring it to the table for discussion.
Okay.
Now, do I think it survives Noah, Simon Cowell, critic, extra, tyrannical?
I gave it the best score.
On Xing things out of this, but I don't. Is that true? Can
Yes,
we go
I gave
back
it
to
an
the
8.
record?
I gave it an 8.5. I gave it the highest score. Yeah.
Okay, well, Noah's still so
Mr.
quick
Russian
to X
Judge.
out. Mr. Russian Judge, that is you. Yeah, I just feel like Positions was worth a shout out for being a good R&B attempt by Mrs. Ariana Grande.
It's a better R&B.
I think if I want to see her go like full on. I know she's a pop star. I know she's the biggest pop star in the world, but I want to see like a full on R&B album from her.
I know I'm not alone. I think her being encouraged to teeter the line of pop R&B as much as she did on that album is what ended up hurting the album. Because you had too many songs like 34 plus 35, which were great. Like you could tell it was a great commercial single, but isn't any like it's not R&B.
Yeah. So
radio. So yeah, all that to say, Positions probably is not going to make our cut.
Good album though. Good album.
Wow, we are going to.
All right, we are getting down now. Nnamdi, you want to go? Well, we're just gonna go up from here.
I don't think there should be an order because we didn't put an effort into it. I think you should just pick album you see that you want.
I just put the numbers here so we can see how many are left.
Now I'll take one of mine out, okay? And Xavier Omar, that's I really like him a lot, but to me, it's really
the album as well, please.
If You Feel, Xavier Omar, If You Feel. Thanks, Nnamdi, for reminding me that. His 2020 album, it's really good, but he had a project last year that I just listened to more, and this one just didn't live up, and I don't think it lives up to the rest of these albums in terms of how people feel about it. So I would not mind that album going away though, but really good songs. He's a great singer too, so.
Okay.
Hurts.
Okay.
We're down to 13.
Okay. So we're trying to get to 10. Jessie Reyez, Before Love Came to Kill Us. I love Jessie Reyez. I love Jessie Reyez. She had an EP. Was it called Figures, or is that just the name of the lead single? She had an EP that came out that put me onto her, and she's an incredibly talented artist that I feel often gets overlooked. And honestly, probably should have popped a while ago because she's been writing for a very long time. I listened to this album a couple times, and I was a fan. That song Imported was one of the songs that I think was carried over from an EP at one point, and now she put it on the album. It was very popular. Why am I just saying that she actually included a lot of songs from my favorite EP on here? Figures is on here too. Do y'all know the song Figures by Jessie Reyez?
No. Oh, you put it on the Sleeper. You put it on a Sleeper Hits playlist.
I may put that on our playlist just so you can get it, just so it can get some attention. But yeah, she had that is so, why did we not talk about her doing that? She had an EP called Kiddo, she released in 2017, and she took some of my favorite songs and put it on her debut, including Figures, and a few others. All that to say, my favorite songs on that album came out a couple years ago. So because of that, I probably can't argue for it as much as you guys could argue for yours. So Jessie Reyez, Before Love Came to Kill Us.
It's getting really tough now, guys. Avery, can you talk about this one, Avery? Oh, what was the name of that album? Say it again, because we haven't been saying the name, so we got to make sure we said the name.
It was Jessie Reyez, Before Love Came to Kill Us.
Okay. Now, we just talked about her in her headlines, but Teyana Taylor, the album.
Yeah, Nnamdi, go ahead.
Now, my number one gripe, 23 songs. If it's that long, I just can't do it. So
if it's 23 songs, but a majority of the songs are good, then you can do it. And I've been listening to that album for the past 48 hours, and that was a good album that I think was overlooked. And I don't know why it was overlooked, but it was a good album. And it is a top 10 album on this. Oh my God, Avery, edit that out.
How am I supposed to edit? Okay.
I don't know how you gonna edit out you cursing.
If I did this, we'll record the time code. It's gonna be around. It's gonna be around 50 something. I'm not ready to see that leave yet. I think there's other albums here that I would see first.
These are I see one we can take out. Okay. I like Jhené Aiko.
Oh yeah, me too.
I like her a lot. I did enjoy this album, and I did like her last one like a little bit more. But this one was also a very long album, and I don't.
It was cool. It was cool to me. Cool. Jhené Aiko Chilombo, really good album.
And I don't think it was for me.
And I think the thing that kind of hurts it but helps it too is that people like the deluxe even more. So it's like even the real album, people are like, it's cool. And then deluxe is what really catapulted, which is not a detriment either. It's a good and bad thing. So
did Trigger come out this year or last year?
Maybe a couple years ago, honestly. Trigger came out a while ago, bro.
No, that was this year. I feel like that was.
Are you sure that was this year? Oh, you mean this song? Yeah.
The song. That's such a good song. That's such a great song. Anyway, I feel like we can take Jhené Aiko out, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Good album, not top 5.
Noah defend Thundercat.
Ooh, Avery and me gonna defend that, honestly. Thundercat,
Because
wow.
I'm not convinced for my top 5. So
have you listened to Thundercat before?
I listened to it once and I didn't come back.
Oh, interesting. Thundercat, though, out of all these artists, actually, honestly, the thing about Thundercat is, because people do this with other artists in rap, he's not only a singer, he's a producer. He's a producer.
Like the best bass guitarist.
He's one of the best bass guitars in the music business, period. And I think Thundercat is also one of the most, out of all these, he's the most creative R&B artist on this list right now. Most creative. I didn't say the best, but he's the most creative in terms of what he does.
In what way?
He puts funk in his album, the musicality in his album. He has live instrumentation, which a lot of people don't do anymore. Live instrumentation behind his music, which I think is really good. His singing isn't incredible, but that doesn't matter to me because his singing is good enough and the instrumentation is good enough for me to make in the top 10. So,
in
my opinion.
And Avery, you concur.
The features are incredible.
The features are incredible.
Sound
and the
is like mesmerizing. I think the instrumentals are like sound so.
And I think the features matter because he's the one producing it. So
yeah.
Okay, well, here's what I'll say here's my next thing I'm gonna say then, because I feel in my bones you guys are eyeing one of my albums, and I'm gonna eye everyone else's before you get to mine. So Dinner Party, it's time for us to have the conversation. Does it make both R&B and hip hop top 10? Considering when the remix version came out, we all praised it and put like half of it on our 97 demo that week.
I agree, but we also did that when the original came out also.
I will say I've listened to the remix album a lot more than I have the original. And since the remix has come out, I have not gone back to the original.
Exact same thing I was gonna say. And when the remix came out, I'm saying it had a bigger footprint on our demo than the original did. Our half of the demo that week was from this album. It was like, I think it was like 5 songs. Like
yeah, unfortunately, I think it will go off because you guys are right. The remix is, it's gonna hurt me. But
y'all, it's gonna be so hard. Hip hop is gonna be so hard.
Hip hop's gonna be hard. Hip hop's gonna be hard. Dinner Party. I agree that remix album brought it to another level. So, unfortunately, I think it will have to go.
I think it's to the point where if I listen to this original one, I feel like there's something
you wouldn't.
Well, and I will say this though. There's some versions on the original part, like Love You. I like the original better. I like the original way better. There's more production on that. That's the only one. Me too. That's the only one too. So yeah,
Sleepless Nights. What's my Corday song? Freeze Tag. Like, come on.
Who better to call? Ulterior Motives.
So can we please go ahead and thank you?
Yes. Terrace Martin, Robert Glasper, Ninth Wonder, and Kamasi Washington. And shout out to Felix too on the album too. He was singing his ass off.
Okay, so wait, before we continue, because this was hard, right? And we're gonna give ourselves credit. For our audio listeners who cannot see the physical stuff we're doing.
There's one here I feel like don't need to be in this top 10, but okay.
But it is. Our new top 10, F the World Brent Fayez, Ungodly Hour, Chloe Halle, After Hours, The Weeknd, Alicia Keys, The Album, Teyana Taylor, Take Time, Giveon, Jaguar, Victoria Monet, It Is What It Is, Thundercat, Good to Know, JoJo, a great album, Leanne LaHavis. Self-titled album.
Can I put the ones that we can like lock in blue?
Is there?
Yeah. Brent Fayez is locked in. Brent Fayez is already locked in.
Right.
Well, I don't know if y'all come for one of mine, they come for one of yours.
Well, Brent Fayez, first of all,
no, it is. No, that's in my top 5 this year.
Okay, so, I have 3 culprits in here that, not culprits, but 3, well, at least I think 2 culprits in here that I am ready to take out. And
okay, I want to set parameters for what's about to happen.
I'm gonna come for you.
We need concise arguments. I want y'all to feel consensus. I don't want any fighting. You know, this is an amicable situation.
And let me say this too, okay?
There's no cursing.
And there is one album on here that to me isn't like it didn't get better when I listened to it again, but I can see it making the top 5, and I would not have a problem with it. I would not have a problem.
Well, which one?
I'm not gonna say that now because that's gonna come up later at the end. Because it's gonna be a one that's gonna be a big argument. It's gonna be y'all gonna be like.
Well, no, let's start.
But I got 2 that are 2 culprits that need to get out of here right now.
Okay.
Talked about her. Teyana Taylor, the album needs to go right now. Right now, it needs to go. And Nnamdi, out of all these albums, this is all these albums right here. This is probably the one you like the least. So Thundercat and her are at the bottom out of these albums right here.
Well, no, let me tell you why I'm gonna say goodbye to Teyana Taylor's album. And I think it's the same reason why it may not have gotten as much love as it deserved critically from like the Grammys with R&B.
Oh my God, The Weeknd.
It is a great R&B album, but it leans, because like you said, no, it's very long and requires versatility. It leans very heavily into hip hop rap. She has a lot of rap features on it. There's a couple songs that are a little bit more dance hall-ish, which is fine. But I feel like, especially, I'm talking now more so for the Grammys, I feel like when they want R&B, they want it to be a straight R&B album. And her album ventures a little bit too much within this space, which I think all artists are allowed to do.
Absolutely.
But it's R&B hip hop more than R&B. So Teyana Taylor, I'm so sorry. Don't retire.
Yeah. Like I would see her being on the R&B. Well, it's the R&B, hip hop R&B charts, but yeah, she's like this is the one that like epitomizes that in terms of R&B that is with a lot of rap features.
Noah, do you want to do your second one, or do you? Because I have one that I think we need to talk about immediately. But I want
immediately. Okay, and the second one. Whew. And I love this woman. She's an incredible Black woman. She has a beautiful family.
If you
her
say
husband,
Alicia Keys,
her husband is respected. He started Verzuz. He's helped start Verzuz.
Noah, that album. No.
Hold on. Shh. And we got to get Avery in this too. Alicia Keys. Woo. Man, I don't know if this is maybe because I have high standards for Alicia Keys, such as a talented artist. I don't think people understand how hard it is to be able to play the piano and sing at the same time. I think people think it's easy and be good at both. Like, she's an incredible piano player and incredible singer. I think this is kind of messed up, but I think it's just because I have higher expectations for Alicia Keys and her albums, that this one was cool. It was good. It's cool if like you're a new age Alicia Keys like lover, or you're a new age like, oh my God, I don't really listen to Alicia Keys. But I grew up on Alicia Keys. I believe. I remember when she was. I don't remember, but I remember she was making music at 16.
Noah, I want to ask you. I'm gonna let you continue, but I think that's unfair for what we're doing.
I feel you. I said for me personally. I know, but I want you to answer to this. If this was a review, I think yes, it makes complete sense to compare to their past works. But this isn't that, so you shouldn't be comparing to her legacy. You should be comparing relative to these albums. I said for me personally why this album isn't. That's what I said. I'm not saying I said for me personally.
I know, but I'm saying, can you answer to it not making? You're talking about why compared to her other albums, it doesn't make it. I'm saying, can you compare relative to the other 8 albums on this list, which is what we're actually comparing it to?
I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, because if an artist comes out of nowhere with the album that's incredible, you know, and that we're not familiar with, we're gonna judge it. I don't think it's unfair to say Alicia Keys has made better albums, and which is why, you know, it's and I don't think it's, and honestly, as an R&B album, I think I could argue most of these as a body of work are just better R&B albums in my opinion. I don't really have like a strong argument, I would say, but I'm willing to hear other things. Avery, thoughts?
For me, in the rest of these 9 albums, or these 8 albums, like among it, it's not something that stands out to me. I did listen to it like once or twice.
Oh.
Nnamdi, now before the podcast.
Wait, no, Avery finished. Sorry, Avery finished.
So I listened to it once or twice and didn't come back to it. That's what I was gonna say.
Me too.
Okay, so since it looks like I'm going to be overruled, regardless of how much I argue, I will give Alicia Keys her credit as well. And I'll tell you why I'm okay with not fighting this as hard as people may think I would.
Now this is when it gets tough.
I think Alicia had amazing songs on it. Some include Time Machine, one of my favorite songs this year, easy. It's funk, soul, like I love it. It reminds me, I don't know who I want to say it reminds me of, but it gives me late 80s vibe, and she does it so well. Authors of Forever is nice. Wasted Energy sort of leans into dance hall, and that's great. Now, the reason I'm going to let it go is because there's also some songs on here that I feel are kind of like corny. Like, she has a song called Good Job. It's all about telling mom she did a good job, which is nice. She's a mother. It makes sense.
That's such a J. Cole type song too, like Folding Your Clothes. It's such a J. Cole type thing.
She has a song she has features of Snow Allegra and Jill Scott, which are great. But there were a couple there that I feel could have been a tad bit better, like you're saying, because of who Alicia Keys is. So I guess I will. It was a top 10. And Avery, can we make note of which ones that were in the top 10 that we're moving to, as it's sort of like distinguished from the whatever 2 we've taken out?
Yeah. Well, we took out the album, so it was the album and Alicia Keys that were out.
Okay, cool.
So okay, now this is when it's tough, and honestly, this is about to be a bloodbath right here. These top 8, this is about to be a bloodbath right here.
Okay, we only have to get rid of 3.
Yeah.
We only have to get rid of 3.
I have one. I want to get rid of here.
Oh, I know which one it is.
I know what you're gonna. Oh, well, which one?
I'm ready to get rid of The Weeknd in here.
Oh!
No, not for the reasons that
I agree.
anyone here thinks. In my opinion, I think it has a better argument as a pop album, taking notes from genres of like 80s pop, synth pop.
I agree. And also, I agree with you, Avery, because I think now before you go, even though there's R&B elements on this Weekend After Hours album, what makes this album special, like Avery said,
what made me personally love it.
Yeah, exactly. Avery, who's not a huge Weekend fan, and I think the part that made it special, or what vaulted this album into critical acclaim, is the 80s pop he took from it. Even the pop-inspired music videos is what made it special. Although it's R&B, and he has R&B elements on here, I think what made it special,
what
made it special is the pop elements.
You guys,
Go ahead, Nnamdi.
I listened to the track list and I'm with you. There's only 4 songs in there that I'd call generally R&B, so we can take it out into left for pop. I was gonna argue, but I looked at the track list and I realized that all my favorite songs, I'm not sure I could call. Like Avery, do you think Faith would be considered an R&B song?
I don't think so.
No, right?
I think like the very first song, I remember turning on the album and hearing All Alone. Or that's that first song?
Alone Again? Yeah, Alone Again.
Alone Again, my bad. And I was like, whoa, like this sounds so cool. Like this sounds so 80s.
Okay, you're right. You're right.
Back.
Yeah.
Okay. Abel, we love you.
But this doesn't mean this is not one of the best overall albums this year. This one
is my second favorite album of the year. I love this album.
So,
but I can't put it in.
Oh,
okay, you guys. So we only have 2 more to get rid of.
Okay, guys. Oh my goodness. I know exactly what.
Guys, no, because I know what you're gonna do. I'm gonna fight hard.
Okay, hold on. Okay, honestly,
this is where I want you guys to play nice.
Okay, guys. Honestly, remember I teased before the podcast, so before we started recording, that I have an album in here that when I went back to it,
oh my god,
not as good.
I'm scared.
As I thought it was. Okay, and you guys gonna be hurt too. Okay.
You're gonna. Oh my god.
Okay, you guys want me to say it? You ready?
I already know what it is.
My heart is beating hard, guys. When I went back to it, was not as good.
It's not JoJo.
Oh.
Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle. Going back to it was not as good. It was not as good for me. It was not as good for me.
No.
Hold on. I don't mind it making the top 5. But similar to Avery talking about Nnamdi, talking about corny songs and corny lines on here, to me, and especially coming from other albums, because I listen to Chloe other albums.
Yeah.
It seems like they had the same voice the whole time. We're doing that.
But it sounds so good.
Yeah, but for it's good. But for the whole album, to me, I couldn't do it. And it's not bad. I'm not saying it's bad. It's just there's other songs here which pure singing and they're blowing, like Giveon when he's singing, with Victoria Monet singing, when Leanne La Havas is singing. It's like, oh my gosh, their voice is incredible. I don't go like that with Chloe and Halle. For me personally, I don't mind it making the top 5, which is what hurt, but that's what hurt it for me.
Oh my God.
But if you guys outrule me, I wouldn't mind it taken out.
This is so hard because I looked at this like, what do I want to argue? Like, what 2 do I want to be removed first? But here's my answer to that. No, I can't. I think out of all the albums here, Chloe and Halle's is the best progressive R&B album on here. Like there's so many.
I don't consider Chloe and Halle progressive.
I just say
R&B.
progressive by like some of the songs may be more derivative of R&B than straight R&B, if that makes sense. But there's so like Do It, Tipsy, Ungodly Hour, Busy Boy, Don't Make, Wonder What She Thinks of Me, which is a beautiful song that I think was very underrated. There's enough songs, like of the 13 songs, there's enough to me that are really, really good.
No, I'm not saying, guys, I'm not saying you guys are crazy for thinking it's good. I'm not saying, I see why people like it. It's just for me, the voices weren't appealing enough on this album to me. Like I told you guys, I think I told Avery this. When I'm thinking of like different from rap, when I think about rap, I think about the lyrics, I think about the beat, the production, that's it. You know, R&B, that's a part of it, but the voice has to be appealing to me. And on this particular album, their voices, the way it sounded, it was interesting, it was cool, but for a full album where they're doing that high synthy, whatever they were doing, it didn't work for me a couple times. Like on Tipsy, one of the girls, she sounded like she lost her voice part of the song. You know what part I'm talking about. It's like, she's like, it's like, it just didn't work for me. But if it's make the top 5, okay.
You can tell they're Beyonce students. I'll say that. I feel like there's a lot of Beyonce inspired things.
Exactly. And it's not Beyonce. So I was like, okay.
Okay. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm ready to make a.
I can't get rid of Ungodly Hour.
Okay,
Okay,
so
that's fine too.
okay,
But
is there any?
I'll concede if we're fine with. I'll concede Take Time by Giveon. If we're okay with getting rid of that.
Oh no! Oh.
Wait,
I'm the only one that.
Okay, no, wait, because I need to remember which one it is.
No,
I love this album.
He put out 2, right?
Yes.
Is this the first one or the second one?
This is the first one.
No, absolutely
not. Actually, the album to me is better than the EP, but
I agree.
That's what I'm saying. And
wait,
this is the album.
Yeah, I want to keep it.
Okay.
Gosh, I wish I would listen to it today. So here's what I want to say.
I just re-listened to it. I love it a lot.
I love it too. I love it too. His singing is incredible on here. Okay.
Okay. Well, can I say this? Can I propose this? I love Leon LaHavis. And
oh my God.
That today. Hold on. Wait. Hear me out. Noah, hear me out. Because if anything, I'm making a Noah argument. If anything, I love Leon LaHavis. It was a beautiful record, but I cannot discount the fact that I listened to it for the first time today. And there is a tendency for when I hear any album that's good on day one, I'm like, this might be my top 5. I did it with King Disease. I did it with Big Sean's album the name is escaping me right now. And I do it with R&B a lot. I haven't had the chance to come back to it. And because of that, it would be very, very difficult for me to judge it for my top 5 of the year against these albums, all of which not only did I love on day one, have come back to repeatedly throughout the year. That is the only reason I'm saying that it would be hard for me to put, even though I love it today, put that in today.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's
That's
only
fair.
been a day.
That's fair. Now, this is one that I feel like we all waiting for this Nnamdi. It's coming. You knew this was coming.
And I'm ready to fight it. Let's go. Bring it.
Good to know, JoJo.
Yep.
I respect JoJo. Have immense respect for her.
I know you do.
I respect for her. I mean, people like her. But good to know JoJo. I listened to it. I remember listening to it a couple times after we did the mid-year thing.
Yes, sir.
She's kind of the same lane in terms of the sound she did of like Chloe and Halle to me. Like she's not like straight R&B. Like it's more progressive R&B. And honestly, it's like really basic to me, honestly. Really basic to me. Which is why I don't believe. Because to me, she doesn't have a unique quality about her that's like, oh my gosh, that like makes it incredible. Like, oh my gosh. Like,
I think her vocals. You talk about Girls Who Can Blow.
Yeah, but she don't touch Leon LaHavis in vocals. I guarantee she don't touch her on these albums.
I have come back to this JoJo album and listened to it too many times to be willing to push it out for now. I'm gonna listen to it today. I think they both have amazing voices. I think there's not a single miss on Good
Avery,
to Know. I can't find one.
Avery, you need
the one, except this song that has Tory Lanez on it, because now I don't want to listen to it. But other than that,
that's a big miss. That's a big miss.
That was in March. No, that was before any. That was in March. That was when he was loved.
That was the beginning of quarantine. That's when he
was killing it. But now, hey, things change. Avery.
How can we put
Avery? What you got to say? Avery, I want to hear what Avery has to say.
I liked it, but for me, sorry, Nnamdi, it fell into the Alicia Keys category.
Yes, yeah.
I listened to it once or twice, and I was like, okay, this was cool. And
go. Nnamdi.
Guys.
And I listened to it because I know how much you liked it, and I know you've loved it since it came out.
Yeah, but the thing is this is what this album is too. Okay, I get why people, and this is another thing that kind of not with you, Nnamdi, but people in general. I get why people like it. But I don't get why people are saying it's an incredible project. Like people say, oh my gosh.
It's an incredible project because the songwriting, the production, the fact that I can listen to this album for hours on end and not feel bored. I don't know where that disconnect is for us, but for me, this album, this may still pop up in my top 5. It rotates in and out as the days go on and I listen to it more. This JoJo album was so good. It was, Are
you ready to concede now, buddy?
I'm not ready to. I'd rather us do this for the remaining 2. I want you to show me which 4 albums you're putting in over it, right? That we're reaching
okay.
Before we leave it out, because again, I'm fighting Leon LaHavis not because it's good, but because I have not had any chance to see if I'd come back to this album. As good as I think it is, and as beautiful as I think it sounds.
Well, the way we're different is that I don't think that I'm the person to be like, oh, this is guaranteed to make my top 5 or something like that, or this is I'm gonna say this is my top 5.
I also don't think Leon LaHavis is like if I'm gonna make the argument for The Weeknd, I'll make the argument for her too. I don't think it's like the.
Well, that's the thing. Well, this is the thing.
More of a soul, like folky album.
Well, this is the thing about Avery though. Avery, I was confused when you said it was a poppy soul album.
I literally misspoke.
But the thing is, R&B and soul are like to me the same thing. Like when I think about a soul,
I disagree.
It says, but I'm saying most of the time when it says R&B soul, it says R&B soul.
I think that's because too many streaming things don't know how to.
Okay, give me what's a soul album? Then give me a soul album that's not R&B.
When I can't think of a soul album that's come out this year. I cannot think. I think you have more elements of soul than like.
Guys, I think you guys are. I think sometimes this is a problem too.
No, I don't. Because you say this thing overthinking. Like, I need you to know the words exist for a reason.
I agree. Also, but it's like when people say there's hip hop and then there's
Lauryn Hill is soul.
Lauryn Hill. But that's R&B. But that's R&B. That's R&B.
No, aren't. Yes, we're not. Yes, no. R&B is an umbrella, correct? It's not soul though. I mean, but like I don't see. I also remembered you guys saying that this morning when we talked, and I didn't see that as a soul album, but I did see it as like an alternative R&B type of thing.
We're not talking about umbrella. We're talking about R&B.
As someone who's been listening to it since it came out, I've never viewed it as an R&B album.
You want it? Wait a second.
Where would you put it?
Where would it put?
Well, I don't know. I'm saying like it probably falls into this category. I mean, it's not going to go under rock, and it's not going to go under alternative, and it's not going to go under hip hop. So it has to be under here. And you put it here, and you put it. I wasn't going to put it on anything.
That's interesting. This is tough, guys. This is tough. Okay, let's think of the ones that are going to make it. Okay.
I'm willing to take out Leon LaHavis, and Avery is too. So I think that's a 2-3.
Damn. Okay, let's take out JoJo then. Let's take out JoJo. That's 2-3 on JoJo. That's 2-3 on JoJo. Let's get JoJo out. We good. Right, Avery? No. 2-3. You said 2-3. Take out JoJo. Take out Leon LaHavis. Let's take out JoJo.
Can you simmer? Well, actually, okay. Well, here's the real question then. Is our top 5 F the World, Ungodly Hour, Take Time, Jaguar, It Is What It Is, which honestly, I have not listened to enough. Maybe I haven't listened to it recently.
Yes.
But if you guys are swearing by it, I won't fight it. Hopefully when I listen to this now, after this, and if I come back, hopefully I'll be like, okay, guys, I'm good. But like, if not, I'm going to swing because I truly do think JoJo's album was one of the best R&B albums this year. And it's very hard for me to give that up. It was from January to now, or like March to now, whenever it came out, it has been a consistently great album to me.
Okay. This is a thing too. This is a thing though.
No,
it
came out in March.
This isn't a great argument, but this is a little argument. Okay. I had that same experience with F. I have the same feeling with F the World too.
Came out May 1st.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah.
Good to know that.
Oh, okay, Nnamdi. That
shows. I feel like I've been listening to it for so long. I feel like I was listening to that. Really?
Now, okay, guys. This argument I have to make since you kind of made it with JoJo. Okay. Brent Faiyaz F the World. Now, we all love it. I remember listening to that when it first came out, and I haven't put it down. I said put it down. It hasn't been off my mind now. Now, I know you're talking about JoJo, but Brent Faiyaz, since we're getting the top 5 category, we're arguing like these are all around the same quality of music.
I stand
corrected.
Is
JoJo's R&B close to the quality of R&B than Brent Faiyaz? Avery, what do you think?
I mean, it was a good R&B album.
No. Is it close to the quality or as good as Brent Faiyaz?
Well,
I would say it's as good as
Avery. I'm asking Avery because
personally for me, I enjoyed Brent Faiyaz more, but like I understand why
it's hard to compare. No, that's an unfair question because you're asking to compare it to an album that we acknowledged at the start of this was our lock. Remember, we had like 29 albums on here and singled out F the World.
I'm just saying, since we're talking about, we're at the point now where we're at who's getting outclassed.
Here's what I would say to that. Here's what I'd say to that. The only of these 7 that I can look at and say I would be a lock right now is Jaguar by Victoria Monet. That is the only one I'd say without argument is my second lock.
I wouldn't mind. I don't mind, honestly. Even though Chloe Halle was my favorite, like it's not as good as I thought it was. I don't mind that being a lock either. I wouldn't mind Chloe Halle being a lock.
Can I make Chloe Halle a lock?
Yeah,
I don't. I would make. I could make Victoria Monet a lock first.
Nnamdi.
I know, but let me tell you what I'm saying.
We all agree that Chloe Halle is a top 5 R&B album.
Oh my gosh! I say it's not, and let's make it a lock. You said don't make it a lock.
I'm redoing what I'm saying because of the question Noah just asked. Noah took JoJo and compared it to F the World Brent Faiyaz, right? As somehow saying, is it of that quality? And I'm saying
that's a fair
if I had Ungodly Hour in front of me and Good to Know in front of me, I know which one I would choose. And unfortunately, I don't think it would be Ungodly Hour. It would be Good to Know. So that's why I'm saying I no longer feel like I can lock it in, because if it comes down to that, that's the argument.
We need to start.
I know,
let's lock in.
I know. But
right
Jaguar Victoria Monet is locked in for me.
We can lock that in.
I'm fine with I like that album.
Yes.
Now,
we all like that album.
Who had something to say about Take Time by Giveon?
I was ready to.
That was you. That was you.
But
it was you, Nnamdi. You the one who had something to say about Giveon.
No.
Interest of
It
time.
wasn't. Someone else was like, they wanted to take it out, and I wanted to hear that
No,
argument.
I was ready to fight for it, but in the interest of time, I didn't know you guys were as high on it.
I want to keep it in. I want to keep Giveon in.
Okay, are you okay with keeping it in, Nnamdi?
Okay. Yes.
Top 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Now,
wait. Come on. Sorry. Let me Google one thing, and then I have an answer.
Oh, lock it in, Avery, for now.
There was one. Is this the one that he had the Snow Allegra feature on it?
No, that was on the side.
Oh no. Okay, I don't know. Go on.
Okay.
Hey, now, I'm ready to lock in Chloe and Holly, but I was about to lock it in, and then I was like, and I'm the guy who said, guys, it's not as good as Second Listen, and I'm ready to lock it in. And then Nnamdi was fighting for Ungodly Hour, and then he said, wait, no, hold up, don't put it
Hey, lock it in.
Lock it in. There you go.
Ooh.
Now we got room for one more now, guys.
Oh, now let's fight. You guys are gonna make me take out JoJo, and I'm so mad about it.
Yeah, we are.
There's none. There's none that we're reaching a consensus on.
Yeah, but I'm saying this.
Fair.
I'm saying now. Okay, I'm saying this though. Based on what we kind of said, we said if there's 2 guys arguing for this and 1 guy arguing for that, then we gotta.
But my thing is, there's 2 guys. Okay, so is JoJo the only one that I'm completely outnumbered on? Because you both like Thundercat, you both like Leon LaHavis.
I'm okay with taking out Leon LaHavis.
I don't mind taking that out.
Okay.
I was hurt. I'm hurt though. And honestly,
I love Leon LaHavis and I love that album. No,
I'm just, and we gotta talk about that off mic, Avery. I'm confused on your on your explanations of that. I'm really confused.
Now
Not
I'm
about
just okay. So now I'm in a situation where it's. This is just gonna be hard because I haven't given It Is What It Is enough. Remember this morning when I was like, are there any albums you guys know you're gonna fight for it? Because I'm not sure you listen. None of you said Thundercat. I want to just point that out because and that would have been helpful. I haven't listened to that recently enough to want that in my top 5, but I'm outvoted here, so I don't have a choice. But I don't know. So maybe I'll come back to that next week. But I haven't listened to that album since, when did it come out? It's been a minute, I feel.
Early this year.
I haven't listened to it since whenever it was that it came out. I don't feel like I can really speak on it. So saying it's in my top 5 is difficult, but it's not my top 5. It's the 97 Demo top 5. And it seems like you guys are pretty set. And for the sake of time, you might as well not delay the inevitable. Even though I think this is a horrible decision. And I want it on record that I completely disagree and voraciously.
Well, okay. So, but also at the end, we can all say our personal top 5. So we can all say I have my personal top 5. Okay, I have my personal top 5. Oh my gosh, we did it, guys. And Nnamdi, I'm not gonna say I agree with all these, Nnamdi. There's a thing. There's a couple of these that I want to have in my personal top 5 that wouldn't sniff it, but I definitely understand and I definitely respect it. To me personally, Ungodly Hour isn't in my personal top 5, but I definitely respect the decision that it's in the top 5. So. It's tough, but that's what we're doing. So yeah. Okay.
Why are we putting Thundercat in the hip hop section?
It's not hip hop. It's not rapping. He's not rapping.
According to Apple Music, it is.
He's not rapping.
Definitely not hip hop.
He's definitely not hip hop. And no, it's not. Lying.
I'm serious. It said right here. It said R&B hip hop.
It says R&B. It says R&B. It's R&B soul.
It's R&B, and then
it says R&B soul. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at it right here, and it says.
You said on Apple Music?
Oh no, maybe iTunes. I meant it says jazz fusion, hip hop.
I think you're lost, buddy.
Jazztronica. But I don't have a choice. We can let it go.
Okay. Yeah. Now, before we wrap up this part, because I know we got to wrap up, you guys want to say your top 5 R&B albums of the year?
Actually, before we do that, I'm interested in comparing our top 5 to what the Grammys nominated as top 5. Did any of these even make the Grammys? Oh, Take Time. Okay. But that's it. It looks like. Go to Best Progressive. Oh, Thundercat. Okay.
Yeah.
Best Progressive.
Yeah. So say the
and
best.
Ungodly Hour. So we have a 3 out of 5.
So the best progressive R&B albums that were nominated by the Grammys were Janae Aiko Chilumbo, Ungodly Hour by Chloe and Halle, Free Nationals. I like that project too. That was going to. F Your Feelings by Robert Glasper. I did not listen to that. And Thundercat, It Is What It Is. For best R&B album.
Well, and again, progressive just means 51% of playing time of newly recorded progressive vocal tracks, derivative of R&B, which I think is kind of insulting. Derivative, like don't call me derivative.
And best category formerly known as
best urban contemporary.
Yeah, which is weird. I kind of wish they kept it at that. But best R&B albums were Happy to Be Here by Ant Clemens, Take Time by Giveon, To Feel Love, Luke James, which is good, Bigger Love by John Legend, and All Rise by Gregory Porter.
Ooh. Damn. You guys, right, I know we don't have an extra
top 5 for 97 demo best R&B albums.
Wait, sorry, really quick. Sorry, just question. Are we gonna rank these?
No, we're not.
Okay, yeah, no, we're not. Yeah, I hate that. No, we're not doing that.
That's a whole other.
That's another 45 minutes.
Let me take those numbers out. Okay, the final top 5 best R&B albums.
Read it off, Avery.
2020 from the 97 demo podcast are, in no particular order: F the World, Brent Faiyaz, Take Time, Giveon, Jaguar, Victoria Monet, Ungodly Hour, Chloe and Halle, and It Is What It Is, Thundercat.
And
I'm not mad anymore.
And I do have to say this too. This is really, I would say, encompassing of all the types of R&B too. I feel like we have our more, a traditional R&B with Giveon. We have our more vibey R&B with Brent Faiyaz. We have our more Beyonce poppy. You could say it with Chloe and Halle. We have our more, what'd you say? And Victoria Monet. And then we have our very, I would say, funky, different, creative, and underground, I guess you would say, R&B with Thundercat, I would say.
Do we want to do 2 honorable mentions for the little flyer we're going to make? And can JoJo be one of the 2?
Sure.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, she has to be.
You guys,
6 and 7. What would the other 2 be? Should this be the honorable mentions?
Hold on, can we each get an honorable mention?
Actually, no, I kind of like that. So 3 honorable mentions that were our ones that didn't make it. So mine would be JoJo, Good to Know. Noah, what would yours be?
Mine would be, Leon La Havas. I'm sorry.
Okay, fair. And then Avery, what would yours be?
Yeah, it have to be Leon La Havas.
Okay. And then cool, but that's 2 honorable mentions.
Two.
Love it.
Cool. Okay.
Now I feel satisfied.
See, we feel good. See, okay. I don't know if we still want to do this. Do we want to say our personal top 5 for R&B? Do you guys have that, or do you not have it?
I think we're good. We have a nice consensus here. We're happy. Cool. We're friendly.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. We didn't curse. There wasn't any too much infighting.
No one cursed at all.
I will say, for the sake of respect, I'm going to put honorable mention.
This man's hurt.
Can you fill out the next section as well, Nnamdi, while you're at it?
Oh.
While you're down there.
What did we say was gonna happen? What do we say? Did we say this was gonna happen? But okay.
All right, good job, y'all. I think
good job, guys.
This might have been the most contentious one we have. I don't know
how to spell the end of habits.
Now, I'm glad we did 5 for R&B. We could have done a 10, but I'm glad we did 5. I'm glad we did 5 to make it tough. Now 10, we're doing.
Remember
10.
that argument?
Oh my gosh. Now that was an argument, but 10 would have been too. 10 actually might have been easier, but it's okay. It's okay, whatever. But yeah. So we're at the end of the podcast. Project of the week, guys. We're there. Oh man. Who wants to go first?
Nnamdi, is it safe?
Yep.
Should I go? Should I go first? I'll go first. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay. Okay, I'll go first.
Nnamdi's going last.
Yeah, Nnamdi's going last. That's a big thing. My Leon La Havas self-titled album, Leon La Havas. I figured it out 15 hours ago. Man. And the thing is, I saw a picture of this album. I was like, oh, she's British. And I don't remember when Avery told me, but Avery's like, yeah, she's British. I was like, she R&B? He's like, yeah, nah, she's pop.
I misspoke.
No, I know, but at the time, no, I'm not coming at you. Yeah. At the time, he said pop. So I listened to this dang album, and I was like, huh? What? This ain't no. This girl can sing her you know what off. She can blow. So yeah, Leon La Havas self-titled album. It's really good. Especially Bittersweet is a song that really stands out.
Oh, beautiful. What was the one I texted you guys? Sour Flower. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Sour Flower's really good too. I even like Weird Fishes. There's a lot of good songs. So yeah, Leon La Havas, British artist. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah,
Avery.
My project of the week is Black Swan by Smino. This could be my project of the week any week. It's just something I come back to a lot.
You stand Smino at this point.
I literally love Smino so much. I think this is better out of his 2 albums. Hopefully there's a 3rd coming soon.
Agreed.
Yeah, love Smino. All right, Nnamdi, what's your project of the week?
So I want to start by saying I was bullied into doing this, but it's fine.
No, you weren't. Not talking about your project of the week.
Oh no, I was judged, pushed, and bullied into doing this. Spotify Wrapped came out like we talked about at the beginning, and there was a lot of surprises for a lot of us. I was very surprised by what my top 5 ended up being. The most surprising of which was that my number 1 artist was Lady Gaga, and the number 1 album was Chromatica by Lady Gaga. Now look, I listen to all types of music, and I love a good pop album, and Lady Gaga is at the top of my pop artist liking. Big fan, liked her since the days of Bad Romance, right? I was shocked because I didn't know I listened to it as much as Spotify exposed me as listening to it. But I don't know, Chromatica is a fun album. I think it's a perfect word to describe it as escapism. And I think the reason I've always liked Lady Gaga is she has a very good penchant for writing very depressing lyrics under a very dance beat. And I think for me, someone who be in my feelings a lot, I like being able to go on a run to a song while also getting my emotional feelings out. An example of that is one of my top 5 songs, because it's on my number 1, was 911 by Lady Gaga, which is actually a song about mental health and having to alleviate whatever mental burdens you have with, in her case, a 911, which is a pill. I'm not gonna say, never mind, not my case, but whatever you do. And it was a really insightful song, but you would have no idea to it if you heard it. And that's why I go running to it almost every day. But yeah, that was, I'm gonna throw some songs from the R&B demo, including that one, take a listen. And that was my project of the week. And apparently, according to Spotify, project of the year. So there you go.
Good episode, guys. This good episode. I'm glad we did this. Expect a really soulful and R&B-ish playlist. It's gonna be mostly R&B, except maybe a Smino song.
I don't really want to put my pop song on here now, so maybe next week I'll
I have some ideas for this. We can talk after this. But.
Yeah. So yeah, guys, good episode. We will see you guys next week.
Yeah, share, subscribe, follow us on all socials, and look forward to our 97 demos coming out by this time you hear this tomorrow. Look forward to it.
Yep.